Today is the 25th of January. Welcome to Voices of British Orthodoxy. I am, of course, Rita Lazar. Today we have... So it's 4 saints in the group chat and the book, and then we have only 2 saints in the Celtic Saints website. But I think both saints on the Celtic Saints website do come up in both the book and the group chat, so you're not actually... So there's no bonus or whatever saints today. Right. Our first entry for today is St. Dwynwen? Dwynwen, and she is from the 5th century. A Welsh saint believed to have been a daughter of King Brohan of Breheniog. Churches dedicated to her are to be found in Wales and Cornwall. Her holy well and shrine at I don't know how to say the double D, but Wyn in Anglesey were once centres of pilgrimage. After a troubled life, she reposed circa AD 460. I'm just gonna... Just to make sure that you do have the chance to, Wait. I don't think that's accurate. No, I'm pretty sure he has 24 sons and daughters overall, not 24 daughters. And they're all saints, by the way. All of his sons, daughters, one of his grandkids, and one of his son-in-laws are all saints. And also his third wife. Obviously, this is not St. Brohan's episode, but I don't know, I'm pretty sure that's an error that needs to be corrected. Anyway, the group chat entry, St. Dwynwen of Llanddwyn Island, patroness of love and marriage, C.460 AD. Born in Wales, churches dedicated to her are to be found in Wales and Cornwall. Her holy well and shrine at Llanddwyn in Anglesey were once centres of pilgrimage. So I guess in a way she's kind of comparable to saints like Xenia of St. Petersburg and Pia Baronium Rom and St. Rachel in that regard, that she is apparently a helper of lovers and marriage. I think... Yes, okay, this is our second entry for the day. Our second entry for the day is for St. Eochod, also known as Euchadius, and he is from the 6th century. Known as the Apostle to the Scots and Picts in Galloway, St. Eochod was one of St. Columba of Iona's 12 companions when he travelled from Ireland to Scotland. St. Columba of Iona was, of course, celebrated back on the 9th of June. There is no reliable information on his life extant. However, it is thought that he was chosen to preach in northern England and Galloway. The group chat entry says St. Eochod of Galloway, apostle to the Picts of Galloway, and then in brackets it says 597. One of St. Columba's 12 companions, he was chosen to enlighten the Picts in Scotland. He is called the Apostle of the Picts of Galloway. Here is the entry on here, and apparently he has a Troparion which is sung in tone 6, also known as the plagal second tone or mode, depending on which word you prefer. The Picts of Galloway honoured thee as their apostle, O righteous Hierarch Eochod. For the behest of Father Columba, thou didst open to them the gospel of salvation. Wherefore, O saint, cease not in thy pious labours, praying that our souls may be saved. Right, so the next 2 entries are only in the book and the group chat. Our next entry is for St. Sigbert, and he is from the 7th century. He was the first Christian king of East Anglia. The principal source for King St. Sigbert is St. Bede the Venerable, 25th May, from whom we learn that he was the first English king to receive a Christian baptism and education before his succession, as well as the first to abdicate in order to enter the monastic life. With the help of St Felix, who we will commemorate on the 8th of March, the founder of the See of Dunwich, and St Fursey, who we commemorated back on the 16th of January, St Sigbert induced his subjects to embrace Christianity. By the time Pender of Mercia threatened the East Anglians, he had retired into a monastery, but his people recalled Sigbert and he fell in battle. (AD 635), as he was fighting against pagans. He was venerated as a martyr. The group chat entry says, Saint Sigbert of East Anglia, Sigbert, the first Christian king of East Anglia in England, 634 AD. The first Christian king of East Anglia in England, he introduced orthodoxy into his kingdom. Later, himself becoming a monk, he was killed by the pagan king Pender of Mercia and was venerated as a martyr. And our final saint of the day is Saint Thorgif, also known as Tortgif, and he is from the 7th century. The novice mistress... she is from the 7th century. The novice mistress of Barking Abbey under Saint Ethelred of Ely, who we commemorated back on the 23rd of June, and a friend of its founder, Saint Ethelberga, 11th of October. She was known for her zeal and care for the young. She was described as a miracle of patience under suffering, as she is reputed to have suffered paralysis for 6 years and experienced a vision of Ethelberga just before the abbess's death. Saint Thorgif reposed circa AD 700. The group chat entry just simply says Saint Thorgif, Tortgif, none at the convent of Barking in England with Saint Ethelbert. May those saints intercede for us before the righteous judge. I've been Rita Lazar. God bless you all. And Amen.